Just to clarify, these views that we speak of on our podcast are 100% our own and not those associated to anyone from Luton Town Football Club. Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome to Owen the Town, and here's what's coming up today. We take a look back at Saturday's result at home to Blackburn, a 1-1 draw. It looks good on paper. Bataro thinks it could have been more and maybe is a bit upset it wasn't more, but we'll get into that. A 1-1 draw, not so bad at all. We take a look at the Birmingham game, which is happening tonight as you are listening to this. Can we find 3 points? Can we keep this good start to the season going? And we also take a look at why at the moment teams seem to be underestimating us. Teams like Luton is in full force on social media. Why is it? Other clubs are looking at Luton Town right now and just thinking we're easy to beat, because we're far from it, as I think we've proved in recent weeks. Isn't that right? Dave and Batara is with me tonight. We have been hard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's been...
Sorry,
We'll start.
Yeah, just start
what
again.
A start. No, we've been hard to beat in recent weeks, haven't we?
Yes. Yes, sorry. No, that was terrible. Yeah. No, we have. So I just can't take it seriously.
And you two been on the beer already?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Good evening, by the way.
Evening.
Hello.
Nice to see you both.
No, but we've been hard to beat in recent weeks, haven't we? And it's been quite nice to actually, go to places like Huddersfield, Rotherham, even at home to Blackburn. Now, that's a game last season we might have lost, but we're hard to beat.
Yeah, I think a lot of the other teams just look back to, we were in the conference not 4 or 5 seasons ago, and we've been out of sorts for a long time, and that they just underestimate us because they look at little Luton, and we're far from that. You're totally right.
Let's hope they underestimate us every week as well, because we can go on getting points that people wouldn't expect if that's the case.
We got a good squad, and the manager's doing a good job. So yeah. Let them think about it all the time. Don't care as long as we play.
Exactly.
Well, we'll talk more about that later on in the podcast. Let's get into 3-word reviews then. This is what you guys summed up the Blackburn draw in 3 words. Liam says it's a fair result. Richard said James Collins shot cyst. Okay, I like that one. Ian says could have lost. Alan, teams like Luton. Ed, top half team. Clive says got to improve. Tim, 10th after 12. Daz says thank you, ref. Should we start quickly with the ref? I've seen some comments from Tony Mowbray after the game. He was not happy, was he? He was fuming, Tony Mowbray.
Has he ever been happy though?
No, he always looks miserable, doesn't he, to be fair to him.
I think we said on Saturday that I thought the ref had a pretty okay game. I mean, he obviously helped us out a couple of times. And there was a couple of times where I was screaming at him to book players.
Especially at Ben Brereton.
Yeah, absolutely. So, swings and roundabouts, and sometimes you get those lucky bits. At the end, I was a bit worried because I thought he was going to give a pen.
You're not the one that's on the edge of the area.
Yeah, I know, but I just thought
it was a penalty, by the way.
No, I don't think it was a penalty either. But it's one of those days where you just go and he's not in the right. If he's not in the right place, and the lino's not up to place, then they give a pen, don't they? And then you go, all that good work ruined.
What was you on about the chance where they ran into the box and I think Smith came out and claimed it? There was that one, might have been a push, but come on, the thing is, if they've been given even one of them, I think they're slightly soft. Maybe we would have been screaming for it, maybe, I don't know, but
listen,
it's soft. What's your shout taking
for just want to say, we always get shit refs, but he wasn't a shit ref. He did us okay on Saturday.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, once again, I missed out watching the Luton game because I was working, but I did see the highlights, and I know Blackburn fans posted this on their social media. There are 2 penalty shouts at the end near the end of the game, and for me, the one on Craney, obviously they both look outside the area. The one on Craney, I just think, like, how is he not given anything? How is he not given he gave it as a dive.
Which one was that?
It was a dive. It was a dive.
Yeah, the one with Craney,
he kicked the ball
completely.
Wait, is that when someone put his hand? I don't know. It was put around.
No, it was the one on the left-hand side of the box.
And you're saying that's completely a dive from the one angle we get from our
100%.
Yes, I do know
100%.
that, yeah.
He kicked the ball past our player and ran into him.
100% a dive.
Yeah, 100% a dive.
I don't think there's much in it, to be honest.
Really?
I think it's maybe a collision or a dive.
Well, I think
don't know if it's dive, but maybe it's a collision. I'm not too sure. But either way, I don't think it's enough. I think this day and age, you probably do get them.
It's a risky challenge, though, isn't it? That is a risky challenge to be making from training,
because one step further on and mistiming it really badly, it is a penalty. And the way that we play, and when we're trying to defend, that point, and we've done it in the past, where you can see us dropping back, and then suddenly somebody puts in a prat of a challenge, and we lose.
Do you know what it was last season? I remember saying quite a lot is I don't feel like we get like any luck. And I know, Batara, you always say with luck, you don't believe in luck or you create your own luck, but just stuff like that. Last season, that could have easily gone, outside the out, boom, penalty. Even if it was, just. Yeah. Do you just think, this year we've just had that?
But you know what the saying goes,
going our way.
The saying goes, when you're at the bottom, you don't get nothing.
Yeah.
And at the moment, we're proving that we're not a bottom team. We're established. I'd say the word established because I think that's how I feel. Looking at us, I think we're a solid team at this level. And to be honest, I think Saturday against Blackburn, I don't think they were any better than us. If anything, I think we had the better chances. That's what I personally believe. Maybe I'm being biased. Obviously, I don't know. But I honestly felt like that. But no, I mean, look, chances went against last season, whatever else. I think that's due to panicking, and we didn't look good. I mean, we look composed now.
We looked. Do you know what? We're a decent.
It plays a part in the referee's mind sometimes. If the referee knows that you're a decent team on the ball, which, let's face it, we were decent on the ball, Dave.
We passed the ball around a lot in the first half. We did really well.
If the team's doing all right in possession and they're established and they're not punting the ball, looking for, I don't know, fouls or silly decisions to go their way, which a lot of teams do when they're struggling. We're not struggling. We don't need to do that. So therefore, I feel like the referee thought to himself, they're in the game, they're playing a part, and they're a big part of this game. Whereas last season, we weren't a big part of the game. That's what I feel. I know it might not make sense to a lot of people when you listen to that. It's like a fucking riddle, but that's how I feel. Tell me if you don't understand what I'm saying.
Riddles with Bataro. That should be a new feature.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. I just think, this squad of ours is much more competitive now, much more up for it. And actually, we're taking the game to our opposition. Whereas last season, we were struggling loads. This season, no, we're competing at the same level. In fact, definitely at the same level. Definitely at the same level as Blackburn, and probably better than them in parts of that game on Saturday.
Well, we're still above them in the table, didn't we?
Yeah, but
am I right in that?
I think if we'd have scored earlier, we might have got a couple more.
Yeah,
if we'd scored in the first half when we was having those chances in the first half, the game would have been totally different.
A bit more momentum, of course. Yeah. You go on, you kick on then.
I didn't think they offered that much.
In that first half, we had a few chances, didn't we? I love producer Jacob's notes here because I don't think he's written these.
Go on, what we got?
The Hatters were on the front foot in the second half too, as George Moncur was denied from close range with a fierce effort. I've never heard producer Jacob say fierce effort before in his life.
Great copy and paste there from BBC Sport or whatever.
How did Moncur do at the weekend then? Because obviously he was on a bit of a high from scoring against Huddersfield, and he did well against Rotherham. We spoke about that in that podcast a couple of weeks ago. Did he kick on? Did he?
Yeah, I felt he did all right, to be honest. I mean, I looked at, obviously since the comments that I made a few weeks back about obviously his defensive side of the game, and why obviously he didn't get in the team last season, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, I noticed a few times off the ball on Saturday, he tracked back and he was in Luton's, final third, so to speak. And he did put in a shift. His work rate was phenomenal, mate. And do you know what? That's what we didn't notice last season, maybe the season before. So you get away with it in League One, we get that. But, I mean, look, I think off the ball, he was a lot better than usual. I think
the team was set up well, and he played a really good part in that team.
Exactly, played a vital part, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when you saw the team sheet come up and you went, oh, really? Mm-hmm. But actually, tactically, he got it right. He totally got it right, yeah.
So if we literally rewind to 2:00 on Saturday when the team news was announced, everyone was panicking because there was no strikers in the starting lineup. Was it Lee starting up front with Cornick? Was it Lee on his own?
It looked like Lee central, but I think Cornick right and Lee central with who on the left then? I don't know.
Your memory's terrible.
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell, come on. That's me, come on.
Do you know what? I think we was worried about having that central man, but when you think about it, Collins and Hilton, when they played up there, they haven't had that many chances.
Can I just say, I think it might be Norrington Davies pushing on with maybe an extra midfielder on the left-hand side, maybe. Wow. That's what the vibe I was getting. That's what I was getting at.
You want you want Collins on at the moment because, you feel that he might score. However...
I think you just got to look at the amount of games we have in December.
Exactly.
Collins, he played Wednesday night for Ireland, did he?
Yeah, and he's been with that squad for.
He probably would have travelled back Thursday. Probably wouldn't have even done really like any sessions with us. So I think keep him on the bench.
Genuinely, I think he was probably itching to play.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We got to manage that, because now if we can start Collins against Birmingham,
But your question was about the team selection. I think a lot of people were going, "My God, we haven't got a striker on."
Yeah,
for definite. But actually, we created quite a few chances, and actually, again, the thing that created a lot of the chances was pace. Playing the ball and Cornick running at players, and yeah, why not?
I felt like we packed the midfield out quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
So like you say, obviously you played Lee, by the looks of it, up top. It looks like, obviously, like I said about Norton Davis pushing on the left and maybe Dewsbury Hall dropping into the gaps and whatever else. It just looked like it worked. It was like a shift of pattern every single time, back, forth.
They weren't struggling, were they? They weren't struggling at all. They weren't struggling. That first half, they weren't struggling
I'll be honest,
at all.
At one point, we were passing the ball around like we were like a top team, do you know what I mean? Because at one point, we strung about, 8, 12, 14 passes together, and there was short, sharp passing, into feet, back, switching, through balls to the left, whatever else. Do you know what I mean? Dave, do you remember there was one phase and I said to you, wow, look at that bit of phase of play.
Yeah, and also I think we all both said on the weekend that had there been a crowd there, which hopefully will happen soon, but if there had been a crowd there, the referee and their defenders might have had a bit more, influence from that. Sometimes there was mistakes made and it doesn't really matter anymore because there's nobody there. But when you've got 10,000 people shouting, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. I don't care what anybody says. It makes a difference.
It sways
and
things,
you can sway. Yeah, you can sway some decisions. But I thought we did really well first half. Really, I think I was disappointed that we hadn't scored, and my thoughts were that actually they're there for the taking. Yeah, they weren't any better than us.
Instead of doing like a player focus like on one player today, I had a chat with producer Jacob today, and we were like, let's just go through the whole game and let's just focus on loads of different players. So I wanted to talk about Dewsbury Hall because he started quite well, didn't he? I think he had a poor game against Brentford. He gave the ball away a couple of times, but he's picked up since then and really now showing what a quality player he is. How impressive have you been with him?
It's a funny one, because I don't know if you remember, Dave, on Saturday, we had this conversation about Dewsbury Hall. It went in about the 26th minute, I think, roughly round about then, between the 26th and 30th. I don't know if you remember what I said.
No, go on, remind me.
I've not been massively impressed with him compared to
you did say that.
There's been a lot of hype around him. He looks like a good player, but people have been acting like he's been our best player since he's come in, and I really feel like he's been nowhere near.
Did he not get voted man of the match?
Yes, yeah. But what did I say to you later in the game, Dave?
Yeah,
he's been our best player in the park. I said, well, I take that back. Like half an hour later, he's been amazing today. He was incredible. But do you know what it is? He'll get better for us. It's a new environment. He's never played championship before, I don't believe.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a young guy as well.
He looks good. But I think maybe in the first sort of 2 to 3, 4 games that we saw him playing, he maybe rushes the pass sometimes, tries to make the killer pass when you don't need to. But on Saturday, he proved he doesn't need to do that. And he, his brain, his agility, his movement, everything about him with the ball.
Do you know what I've noticed with him on the ball from what I've seen of him is I just feel like he has a really big bit of confidence when he gets, there's just that confidence on the ball.
Calm as well.
He just knows, it looks like there's no panic. Whereas there's times our first game in the Championship back, Middlesbrough 3-0, when Shinnie gets past that ball from Sluga, and it's just there's no confidence. With Dewsbury Hall, it's he gets the ball, he knows what he's doing. It's that confidence for me that makes him just stand out.
Well, there's got to be a reason he got given a 5-year contract to Leicester, isn't there?
Yeah.
So there's got to be a reason for that. And obviously...
And player of the season at Blackpool or something, wasn't he? Was he player? He was just really good at Blackpool last season.
Well, mate, 5-year deal at Leicester. That doesn't come without, do you know what I mean?
Oh, I think they've got plans for him, haven't they?
Oh, massively.
They've got plans for him. Talking of Dewsbury Hall, producer Jacob's clearly not written these words. Apparently he's got to the edge of the box before pulling the trigger, but Leicester Loney fluffed his lines and Kaminsky made a routine stop.
Can I just say, why the fuck has he been going on Wikipedia and copying and pasting? Jacob, mate, seriously, get off Wikipedia. Sort your eyesight out. Look at something different.
So did he drive forward with intent?
Listen,
fluff his lines.
Give him a break. He has to work hard.
Yeah, I'm joking. He knows I'm joking.
Yeah, he did. Did he fluff him short?
I think he whacked a shot straight to the keeper from about 25 yards out or so. But look, it was one of them. You don't think anything of it. But no, I mean, look, Dewsbury Hall's done a good job since he's come in. Let's face it. I think everyone got a bit too hyped to start off with, part of the pressure, oh yeah, he's this, he's that, he's something amazing, which, I'm pretty sure he is something amazing. But let him get into it, because there's more to come from this boy. There's more to come. 100% there is more.
Well, soon after that, Luton broke the deadlock. Berry, he scored after Colo's shot, or was it a cross, whatever it was, into the bottom corner, diverted it, and we're 1-0 up. And then suddenly you're looking at it and you're thinking, wow, 20 minutes to go, we could hold on to this and get a nice cheeky little 1-0 win.
I thought we'd push on and get another one, if I'm honest. Colin slipped, didn't he, when he shot massively. That? So that's why we went. Berry was in at the right time. We went mental.
It's a bit that reminded me a bit of like old school Berry, that getting in them attacking positions, like in that box and poaching on. That's like the Berry Cambridge had.
There we go.
We said that Saturday too, didn't we? We absolutely said that Saturday that he's just showing some class at the moment.
I'm happy for him as well.
Yeah.
We're all as Luton fans very happy for him, but he's proved a lot of people wrong. So I'll never forget, I've heard enough people, especially at football, obviously when we used to get there once upon a time, say that Berry's not good enough, and I was always sitting there going, no, he's good enough. We just need to find the right sort of like formula for him, kind of thing. If that's not the right formula, but sometimes you play. Well, actually, no, it is the right formula. Play him in the right position for starters.
Do you know what? Also, we've said this before, and I've said this before. Motivation, having the right person helping you get there. And currently, Nathan Jones likes him, and he plays for Nathan Jones.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But like I always said as well, like Luke Berry's always had that quality.
Yeah, he's always
had that quality.
Yeah, but probably we're seeing it more at the moment.
Yeah, massively, because he's got a bit of a boost in it at the moment.
Yeah,
while we're playing, the results come in, the confidence comes with it. It's great to see.
And I think the only positive about having this many games coming up thick and fast at the moment is that the squad needs to be rotated and everyone's getting their chance at the moment.
Yeah,
and great, a lot of getting match day experience with 5 subs.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I never thought I'd hear myself say this as well, especially after last season, the first sort of like 2/3 of the season. But I'm happy James Bree's back as well now. I feel like we could do something like him, especially off the bench as well.
Yeah.
When he came off the bench the other day, I said to you, I was like, I'm happy with that. Really happy with that. Because he offers a different sort of like a balance down the right-hand side. Very good going forward as well.
When we scored, went 1-0 up, I was obviously looking on my phone for the results that were coming in. I saw we went 1-0 up and I thought, we're going to do this. I was like, we've worked for 70 minutes to get a goal. There's no way we're going to mess this up 2 minutes later, 1-0. And I was like, brilliant. Let's talk about the goal, because I feel that that's what I think. Though it's just so disappointing that we worked so hard for 70 minutes to go 1-0 up, and then it's just a really poor goal to concede. And you said to me earlier, Batari, it's a carbon copy of the one we conceded, and Nathan Jones said the same thing.
Yeah.
The Blackburn game last season, we didn't learn. Did we not learn our mistakes from that game, or is it avoidable?
Of course, it's avoidable. I mean, come on, man.
There was 2 defenders there to clear it.
And obviously, don't get it wrong, there's 2 defenders. Where's the goalkeeper as well at this point? Obviously, I can't really remember 100% back on what was going on, but could Sluga not come for it as well at this point? I don't know how far out it was now.
No, it's not a position where Sluga would have come out for that. Definitely not.
No, but I'm just trying to work out why they both defenders left it. Did they get a shout? Or I don't know what happened, because it was ridiculous. It was a shittish. Man, it's awful. It's shit. It's goal scene. It's terrible.
It wasn't.
What is it?
Defending was poor. Given the chance, but again, we were just caught too deep. The cross went in. 2 players went for it, missed it.
It was a header that went up in the air, wasn't it? And pretty much looped it down and whatever else. And everyone just stood there fucking fingers.
Well, it went out it was a nice chip ball over to Craney's side, and that player got above Craney, headed it back across the goal. And I think it was just, it's just kind of like hit him and gone in. I know he's diverted
like Pearson rushed in, but Bradley stopped, froze,
but I don't know. Either of them didn't know which one was going for it or whatever. But they'd been clearing the ball quite solidly for the whole game up till that point. They were stopping everything.
Be honest, it's one of them goals that I looked at last season. They're the kind of goals that we conceded when we was in a real bad fucking shit run of form or whatever. They're the kind of goals that we conceded. But the only positive to take is we didn't lose with a mistake like that, because it was terrible, wasn't it? It was awful.
And we put the pressure back on ourselves then straight away, and that was disappointing. We didn't have that lead long enough. Give it another 5-6 minutes, and then maybe things change.
I tell you what, them last 10 minutes on the app on my phone, I was on Sky Bet watching like the pitch commentary come through. All it said was Blackburn dangerous attack, Blackburn, and I was just like, are we going to mess this up? And there's one stage you went suspended. I was like, well, that's that. That's. And then
was that? What was that? There was a chance later on, wasn't there? And for us as well. Just to point out there.
I just remember having to stand up and watch the game. That's how tense I got in the end. You know, I just got to the point where I was thinking, we're just going to muck this up. But you know what? We didn't. So a point's a point, isn't it?
Sluga made that double save towards the end, didn't he? Gallagher shot.
That's where it came from. Was it when he sort of spilt it when he should have caught it?
Yeah.
That's where I was about earlier. Sorry for the penalty. That's where I thought maybe it could have been a penalty. That was what I was thinking of.
When I've seen that back, Sluga does go through their striker, didn't he? But no one really makes a move. I think you can hear Blackburn's bench call for a pen, but you don't hear anyone else play for it.
It looked like he got a slight take on the back of legs or whatever, but I don't know. Was it him or was it the defender, Craney or someone coming in? I don't know.
I think it was Sluga from what I saw back, because we put up the video of that double save on our Twitter, and we said like Sluga, important saves here. And then we did get a load of replies, people saying he's got to be saving that first one.
Oh, the first one was absolutely dreadful. We said
he should have held it. Or should have held it almost. Yeah.
Made a meal out of it, didn't he? But it didn't go in.
He tried to cushion it into his chest, and his chest sort of said, "No, do you know what, mate? I'm bouncing you back."
Do you know what though? You got to say his performances have been a lot better recently. A lot, but this season, in fact, a lot better. So you know, goalkeepers make mistakes. It's probably fatal for the game, isn't it? He makes a mistake, they score a goal normally. That's what happens. Striker misses. Sometimes someone else will score.
Well, last season we looked at Sluga and we said he's probably lost as many points as he's won, wouldn't you say? This season, you look at him and think, no, he's won us more points, way more. I don't think he's lost as any points this season.
I'd say he's done a very solid. He's had a very solid time in goal.
The whole defence is better, though. Yeah. The whole defence is better, and when your defenders in front of you are playing better, then the goalkeeper plays better. He hasn't made many mistakes, not many.
I think
there was a couple of times when the ball was played back to him to kick, and I just thought, don't take that extra touch.
You could probably say
this is the thing. His kicking's got worse.
Do you think?
Compared, like his goalkeeping's got his basic goalkeeping has become a lot better, or as what you expect from him. But his kicking's become fucking 10 times terrible. I don't know.
10 times terrible.
10 times
terrible. I don't know. I wanted to say some rude words, but I thought I'd hold it in.
Good lad. That makes a change.
Cheers for that.
It's what I was going to say though about when you said, having the defence being more confident. Do you think that confidence then could come from the confidence in your keeper? So maybe now if the players are looking at Sluga in goal and thinking, yeah, this guy's up to it now. He knows what he's doing. He's solid. We can trust him. That's just a boost for everyone in defence, isn't it? Maybe, and it just works both ways.
Yeah, and you can go back to when you first joined and Bataro saying, give him time. Because you did say that. It's a language thing and everything else. He's playing brilliantly at the moment. So it was
just more the fact that he got chucked in the deep end. He had a lot to prove. He came to England. He knew what the Championship was about. Let's face it, everyone knows what the Championship was about. Anyone who sits and says, Championship's second tier football, apparently it is one of the highest competitive leagues in the world. I agree with that.
It's a competitive league,
it's a great league.
And we are competing very well. Very well.
It's a very good league playing.
Loads more to look forward to as well, haven't we? Because we've got Birmingham at home. It's going to be another tough game. If you looked at the Blackburn game, you said we'd get a point and maybe a win from Birmingham, you'd have been happy with that, wouldn't you?
I'd rather the win against Blackburn straight away, though. 3 points there already. Makes it a bit easier for tomorrow night then.
We always say it. If we get this and we get that, do you know what? Take every point that we get. Every point, because every point is crucial in this game. Every point in this league. And as long as we don't lose, then it's a result.
Well, that game against Blackburn, I think last year's a game we could have probably lost in the end. We would have gone on to lose. Or
it was just written for us, wasn't it?
I'm happy to pick up a point every now and again.
Isn't there a stat that Blackburn haven't beaten us for
ever in the Football League?
How cool is that?
The only time they've beaten us at Kenneth Road was in the FA Cup or something like that, 2006, 2007.
I just want to go back to one of my first ever FA Cup games at Luton Town was against Blackburn, and my father brought me a rosette on the way into the Oak Road, and we didn't win.
I wouldn't have a story for that, Dave.
No, it was just like, I just remember it. It's just one of those memories you have.
At the moment, there seems to be a lot of talk on social media from opposition fans, and at the moment, opposition players, giving us no respect at all. We said earlier, let's get into this teams like Luton chat, because I'm getting fed up with it, Batara and Dave. I'm getting very annoyed. Everyone seems to be underestimated.
Don't get annoyed. Just laugh, because it's fucking hilarious.
I just like getting on the hashtag teams like Luton and just going back on it, man. That's what you got to do, isn't it? Get back on them. Just take it, because they come to the stadium thinking we're going to be a pushover, wherever we're playing. Then they're the mugs. They are the ones, that expect too much. Fans always expect too much. Come on, we all do. We all do. You can't tell me if we were playing Stevenage next week, we wouldn't expect to beat Stevenage, and then it'd be teams like Stevenage in their view, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is,
it was a bit different though. Us against Stevenage, against Luton, Blackburn. Let's face it. I mean, all right, Blackburn, all right, might have Blackburn, some history.
Yeah, they won the Premier League a while ago.
Let's face it, Luton haven't been a muggy team the whole fucking do you know what I mean? We've been at shit the past 15 years or so, but apart from that,
but that's the point, isn't it? They don't. Some of these players only know us because we've been in the non-league.
Yeah, but then they're fucking idiots. Then they don't know nothing about football.
But I agree with that. But that's the reason they see that a few seasons ago we were non-league, and we were non-league for 5 years.
No team has the given right to win any game. You have to show up and you have to perform to win a game. Like, we expect Luton to show up. We have to give an extra 10% sometimes just to win a game. But you know what? Fuck it. You got to do it. Don't sit there whinging about it like all these stupid teams like fucking Birmingham tomorrow, Neil Everidge, as well.
They come from Birmingham. They come from a nice in inverted commas stadium. I don't like it myself, but and they come to Kenilworth Road, which is, I love Kenilworth Road. Don't get me wrong, I do love it there. But as a stadium, to them sort of stadiums, it's different, isn't it? It's tiny compared to
beautiful down its own way.
Beautiful. No, you can't. I'm going to be really sad when we leave it.
Yeah, of course.
And they come and they see the terrace in, they see the area it's in, they see what it's like, and they think we're a little club.
Players won't like playing at Kenilworth Road. Away players won't like it. Away fans don't like coming to the stadium. It's just one of them stadiums that's, like you said, once we do move on, you will look back and you will say, yeah, I know, I guarantee you, players will go, I hate playing Kenilworth Road.
Mm-hmm. Do you know why they hate it? Because the crowd gets on their back, the atmosphere gets on their back. And don't forget also, the Oak Road was the home end for a long, long, long time. And the away supporters used to be in the Kenny in the top left corner. And if it was a bigger game, they'd get two sections. So, the walking through the gardens shit, I've had that all my life. I don't give a crap about that. So teams like Luton, it's just everybody underestimates us, and the bigger clubs look at us as really small fish in a bigger pond.
But we take it upon ourselves now. Like, everyone looks at us as a small club. We love it because we thrive on it, because we know that we can compete with any team in this league, any fucking team we can compete with. That is 100% guaranteed. We will. And do you know what? It's not even just me saying that. You boys, I'm sure, will say that. Nathan Jones will say it. Mick Arthur will say it. Every single person at the football club will say it. Mick Arthur especially. He'll put a nut on you if people don't believe that. He will. It's true. It's true.
In the build-up to the Blackburn game, Rothwell from Blackburn's, he quoted, he said, "No disrespect to Luton or here, but they're a team that we expect to beat." Well, and I know earlier you said, if we went to Stevenage, us as fans would be like, oh, we'd expect to win. But I think if we went to a team like Stevenage, our manager and our players wouldn't publicly be going, oh, we should be beating.
We're humble as a club.
No, we should go and do a job if we're doing that. So, total, no disrespect to Luton. When you have to say no disrespect, you're about to disrespect the club.
Yeah, of course.
End of story.
Just covering your arms.
I would just love to say, like, why... if no disrespect, why do you expect to beat Luton? Why would you go into that game?
Yeah, but nobody asked him that.
It's stupid, isn't it?
But did anybody ask him that question? Why do you expect to beat Luton? Well, because we're better than them. We've got a bigger budget than them. We've got a bit more history than them.
Exactly.
Is it because of that we're a bigger club? Because we've got a bigger... What's their...
Well, it can't be because they beat us twice last season or are brothers in the league table at the moment,
but that's the point. The valid
exactly.
question, if anybody was reporting that, the reporter should have said, why do you expect to beat Luton?
I'll tell you what, then, if that's the case, right, like, we'll get on to your team, Brentford. Nah, joking, mate. Obviously not your team. I hope not anyway. Make sure it's not the fucking case. But like Brentford, for example, people expecting Brentford to be up there this season. With all due respect, Brentford-Luton, what's the size difference in their club? Because for me, then, if you want to go on
Luton are bigger than Brentford.
Yeah, if you want to go on that sort of balance, exactly. This is what I'm saying. But then we don't look at it like that. We don't look at it like that because we're not idiots. We're not fools. We know what it's about. Like, do you know what I mean? When you've grown up, maybe having the privilege of watching a team win the fucking Premier League or winning this, winning that, competing in it, it's quarterfinals of the FA Cups every few or 5 years.
There's the thing.
And it's different. That's the difference.
When I was younger, which, it's a long time for you guys. When I was younger and I used to go to the football stadium and I didn't understand why clubs came and they didn't like Luton Town. And it wasn't until I got a little bit older that I realised actually we are quite a small club in comparison to a lot of others. We have, at the moment, 10,000 fans in there.
That doesn't make a small club.
No, but,
that's facility,
but facility-wise and club-wise, we were smaller than the average clubs.
Would you say that most people say that we overachieve? Is that what would you say that? That's what people think.
In my era, we had 10 good years in the first division. We won a cup. We got to the cup semi-finals. So when I was younger, obviously I thought we were one of the top teams. It wasn't until we started bombing down the leagues that I've realised that actually maybe we just rode our luck a bit.
That's sustainability, though, surely.
Well, we had a good squad, but we had a terrible owners.
Structure.
Owners, yeah.
Do you know what I think it is with other clubs, other fans, other players, is they literally look at the size of the stadium and go, "Nah, we should be beating them." I honestly think that's all it's down to.
They probably know that we have the smallest budget in the league. They probably know that as well.
Yeah.
Which, you know what?
Yeah, they only get 10,000 fans in.
That's what I think they look at.
But then you wouldn't say that against Bournemouth, would you?
Well,
when they had a tiny little thing. I sort of agree with you. The Kenny has its charm. It's a brilliant stadium. Atmosphere-wise, you're never going to ever beat it, ever. When we move to the new stadium, we're going to miss what we get at the Kenny. But you're totally right. People come to there and they look around, and forgive me for saying this out loud, they look around and go, this is a bit of a shithole. They've got stupid boxes down one side. They've got cramped terraces on one side. They've got a wooden stand. And do you know what? Every bit of that stadium is fantastic.
Yeah, you're proud of it as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
What was it? I'm pretty sure. Well, it might not be true, but I'm pretty sure it's true. The only team in England, if not probably the world, that has boxed down one side. Without a stand. Incredible stuff.
I love it.
Yeah, but do you know what? Stuff. Even when it was the Bobbers stand, it was fantastic. Yeah. And Luke sat on every seat in that stadium as well.
He did the old
me and producer Jacob did that one, What a load of fun that was. So Etheridge has been talking as well. Birmingham's goalkeeper. He says, we know it's going to be another tough game against a team that'll be battling probably towards the end of the table as well at the end of the season. So he's basically said, Birmingham to be at the end, bottom of the end of the season, and so are we. Well, to be fair to him, at least he said it's going to be another tough game. Yeah,
but he's basically saying that Birmingham are shit, but he feels that we'll be as bad as they are. Isn't he? And do you know what? Good luck to him. Is that teams like Luton? Probably.
It's not as bad as Rothwell's, is it? But it's still just one of them comments. It's just like, why are you saying where we're going to be? Like,
exactly.
Why would you think that we're going to be bottom of the table, towards the bottom of the table, because of how we were last season? We were bottom for a long time. So he'll look at it and go, last season they did this, so I'm expecting them not to do as good as that, or bad as that, but be down the bottom. That's what he's saying. But why would he say it?
We can use his comments though as motivation, can't we? Like, I think Nathan Jones and Berry said it after the Saturday's game. They say we saw the comments, if they want to feel that way, go. They don't understand what we, don't understand that hard work we put in.
Exactly. It's an honest. We're an honest club as well. We don't have fucking funnies only in 30 grand a week. Do you know what I mean? This is the difference. Let's face it. Do you know what? I'd rather be in a situation that we're in, right, with less money than most teams. But I wouldn't say less expectation, because we still expect. We do. Let's face it. It's a fact. We expect, because we're still Luton. We're not Wycombe Wanderers. I'm not with. No disrespect to Wycombe Wanderers, but fuck Wycombe. That's what I'm saying. Fuck Wycombe, scumbag, prick. Shouldn't be in that league. Shit.
Oh no!
Sorry.
He's done it again.
But sorry about that, Grace. But what I'm saying is, do you know what? I've just forgotten it now.
You were talking about Wycombe.
Collapse it.
You were talking about Wycombe and how much you don't like them.
Yeah, I just think I got a bit too far about them. Then a bit too extra. Sorry about that. But no, you know what I'm saying though. There's teams like,
You've completely lost, haven't you?
I'm done.
Okay, well, let's move on.
That bit again.
No, we're not starting that bit again. No, we're cracking on, mate. We'll move into some Instagram questions, and it will bring us nicely then to Joe's, who says, prediction for the next 3 games. So if we start with Birmingham at home, Cardiff away, and Norwich at home, That's 3, especially the back 2. Very tough fixtures, isn't it?
Very tough fixtures. What do you expect from them? It's very difficult. Very difficult to say. I'd like to think that we can beat Birmingham.
If you took 4 points from the next 3, you'd probably be happy, wouldn't you?
Who we've got?
Birmingham, Cardiff, and Norwich.
Oh, they're Norwich. Oh shit. Oh.
Well, Norwich are on the high at the moment, so that's going to be a tough game. But do you know what? Do you know what? I genuinely think we raise our game when we're playing the better teams. So I know maybe we could. We could
Norwich before, haven't we? We're in the conference. So
yeah, maybe we can nick one there.
At the start of the season.
But maybe we can nick one there. You know, I'd like to think we can beat Birmingham, Cardiff. I'd like to beat Cardiff. I know. I don't know.
You'd like to beat them all.
No. But the reason I'd like to beat Cardiff is because when we was at that bloody stadium last season.
Yeah, it was shocking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last 30 seconds.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and it was annoying because we played really well.
Yeah.
So I don't care if we play shit and then nick a 1-0.
I'll tell you what though, right? I couldn't see us not getting a result against Cardiff, especially because I don't rate them at all. I don't think they're a great side. Yet another one, a team with money. Don't think they're that great.
So are you going to be happy with 4 or 6 out of 9?
I would take 4 any day of the week right now. Give me 4 points now. I don't care. A win, draw, and a loss. I don't care. Again, in whatever order you want to give it to me, I don't care. And that's about the results, by the way, not about anything else. You sick-minded people. Can I just say?
Is he? How much have you drunk tonight, man?
I don't know, man. It's just whiskey. It's got me going.
Here's one for you then, Bataro. Simon says, I think the team played better without Pelly. Do you agree?
Oh, do you know what? No, Bataro, let's be fair. When he came on Saturday,
he was shit.
He was terrible.
He was shit, yeah.
He didn't play well at all.
He was shite. But do you know what? I felt like the game was a bit quicker with him off the pitch, personally. But I don't know if it was due to style of play. I can't call that. But honestly, I don't know. He brings something to the squad, do you know what I mean? But, you know, sometimes maybe it wasn't the game for him. And clearly, it might not have been the game for him.
That's a good question I'd like to put out on social media. So producer Jacob can do that for us, please.
What's the question, though?
What's the question?
Do the team play better without Pelly? Have you not been listening?
Yeah. No, but I thought you meant us.
I'd just like to gauge the opinions on that. What do other people think? What do you think? Listen to this right now. What do you think? Do you think the team play better without Pelly Ruddock, or would you rather him start?
But like I said, though, certain games would not suit him, and certain games would. So it's one of them ones. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Pelly's... Well, I know Pelly's vital for what we're doing, and he's a good player to have around the squad. Either it's on or off the pitch sometimes, don't matter. But at the same time... he does jobs, mate. So even I won't sit here and say, "Oh yeah, we're better without him," because I'd be an idiot.
I'll tell you what. At times. With our questions today, because Twitter have introduced this new feature, which is basically stories for Twitter.
Right.
We've got just a new range of questions coming in. This one's from Richard on Twitter, and he says, "In all honesty, once crowds do get back into Kenny, what kind of reception do you think Nathan Jones will get? I am, for one, looking forward to seeing him. Woke up this morning feeling fine, but all the fans feel the same."
No.
Do you know what? Why wouldn't they?
You're not going to do this?
Oh, no, I'm not saying
if you're one of the lucky ones that get in a week Saturday.
I don't know if I'll sing. I don't know if I'll sing. No, I don't think.
What, about Nathan Jones or just at all?
Just no. Hey. Obviously I'll sing with my fucking face mask on. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like that.
No, I'll tell you something.
More dribbly, but yeah.
Why wouldn't you back the manager? He's our manager now. Why wouldn't you back him? I'd like to think that people would let that go now and just get behind him.
He's done more than enough to deserve
absolutely
a sing-song.
Why not? Because you know what? When you're there, do you know what? It's going to be brilliant when you get him back in the Kenny.
Well, I just hope that he, you know, just goes and picks up a trophy in another tracksuit again. Just so I can, you know, sit there and just go, oh, I've done it again. That's brilliant. This is
no, come on. No. Come on. Be serious for a minute.
No, I'm joking.
If you're in that stadium, if you're one of a lucky 2,000 or whatever, how many you get in the stadium, and you're not backing our manager, don't go.
I'm not going to boo him, Dave.
Don't go. If you're not going to back him, Bataro, don't go.
Back him. What do you mean by back him? Because I'm pretty sure everyone's not sitting here going, oh, yeah, I'm going to fucking lick Nathan Jones' ass, because I'm not going to do it for a fact.
Do you think
I've got to get the fucking knobheads tattooed on my chest? Do you know what I mean? I've got to get his fucking head, his face tattooed on me at some point. That's more than enough.
Do you think if he hadn't have come back, we'd have stayed up?
No. Oh, I don't know.
No, exactly. So do you know what? If you don't give him a big round of applause for that, then you, sir, are a knob.
I'm not saying I owe anything to give him. Oh, that's rude, by the way. I'm not saying I don't forgive him. But what can I say is, he's he's done very, very well. Very well.
He's just done very well.
No, he's done very well for us. Do you know what it is, right? And he sort of put his tail between his legs a little bit, but at the same time, I don't know.
No, we're not going there. We're not going there.
Doesn't mean I don't like the bloke, but
he deserves.
I think Dwayne, if you're listening, I think you'll agree with me right now. You know exactly what I'm feeling.
He deserves a sing-song if you're one of the lucky ones back in the stadium.
Ducky.
Lewis, he says, what are your thoughts on the news about crowds being allowed back in? So as far as we're aware, 4,000 fans can go in if you're in a tier 1 location, 2,000 in a tier 2, 0 if you're a tier 3. I think Luton's going to be hopefully tier 2, isn't it?
Tier 3 probably, mate, at this point.
Probably going to be.
No, in our bloody luck.
Exactly.
No, in our luck. I think it's great. I think it's about time we got back to some normality with football. Yep. Can't stand the fake crowd noises. Can't stand the nobody there. I can't. As much as I love watching the team every week, I can't stand not going.
I think if there's any stage where we are in tier 1 and we have 4,000 in, you think 4,000 in some of the stadiums in Championship is going to be quite spread out, but in our stadium that's half full. That's kind of cool.
Bloody hell! In the conference we had some of those attendances would have been as low as 4,000.
Well, especially season ticket holders as well. You get 4. Well, is it
the problem
is it going to be home fans?
Home fans only. Home fans only.
Oh, that's good then. Yeah.
Right. If you have home fans only,
it's more than half.
And what we've got 7,000 odd season ticket holders. Mm-hmm. Right. You know that it's going to go. It's going to go diamond first, surely.
Oh, look at you.
No, I don't have a diamond, man.
What? You haven't got a diamond, Dave. You've always got a bloody diamond. Every single year I've known you've had a diamond other than this year. What is going on? That is shocking.
I think it's going to be extreme. I'd hate to be the person that has to decide who goes to the game first.
And then who's in my bubble? Who wants to come with me?
Because that's the thing. That's everything you've got to find out. Like, I think if you have like family bubbles, you can accommodate more fans. I know, keep more people happy.
Surely we can say that obviously we're part of the same household, even though we are pretty much. But yeah,
I just think whoever's got to make that choice at Luton, or any club.
Good luck to you.
Good luck, because that is going to be mayhem if people aren't being allowed. Imagine telling 8,000 fans you're not allowed to go to a Luton Watford game in April. Oh. And only 2,000 get in. Imagine being told that you're not allowed to go.
Be like the golden gamble, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you what, the one thing I would be doing, I'll be complaining to the government and saying, why the fuck has the vaccine been rolled out soon enough? Because this is like a joke now. We need to get them vaccines in up people's arms right now so we can get to go to the Luton Watford game, because it's not happening. I'm not sitting at home watching that crap again.
Let's go for one more. Nick says, one for Dave. Rank these 5 Luton legends: Hill, Harford, Antic, Steen and Pelly.
Right, firstly, Ricky Hill was my favourite player of all time for Luton Town. But Raddy Antic and Brian Steen scored the 2 most important goals of me supporting them. So, in joint first place, I have Ricky Hill, Antic and Steen. Mickey Harford scored a brilliant goal for Luton Town when he played for Derby County. Kept us up. So, in joint first place, Mick Harford. And then...
in joint first place also.
And then Pelly. So, no,
they're all in joint first.
No, it's really hard to say. Hill, Harford, Antic, Steen and Pelly. For me, like I say, Ricky Hill, without a shadow of a doubt, my most favourite Luton player ever. And then between that, then I'd have to go Steen for the Wembley thing, Antic for the Man City thing, Hartford, then Pelly. I know you'll all disagree, but that's how I feel, because it's my memories.
Yeah, of course.
Love it.
It's all subjective, isn't it?
Love it. Well, that's all we've got time for today. It's a nice one to be back in it after the international break. It's nice as well that potentially you two could be at Kenilworth Road a week on Saturday.
Whereas nice, you can't.
I cannot, because I'm not a season ticket holder.
You were there 3 weeks ago, mate, so fuck off.
Yeah, I had my fun. I hope though that you get to go. That'd be lovely.
Do you know what? Sod law say that we won't.
No, of course it won't be.
We'll be sitting in...
And the only town in the whole of the United Kingdom that cannot go to football in Tier 3 is Luton Town Football Club. Fuck you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That'd be great, wouldn't it?
You watched it happen. Thanks so much for listening today. Catch us on social media at @OWenTheTown. Let's hope we get a result against Birmingham later on today. And...
let's go.
We got games Saturday as well. Oh, the games are coming thick and fast, aren't they? We'll be back next week. Same old.
Same old
podcast.
Hey, by the way, I enjoed the phone calls last week, by the way.
Oh, we love the phone calls.
Love the phone calls. Thanks for calling.
We'll do that again in a couple of weeks. We'll make it like a 3 weekly 100%. Thing. And a lot of fun. So have a good one. Enjoy the game. Come on, you out.
Take care, people.
And we'll see you next week.
Pour another whiskey, Batara.